What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Smoking and Grilling. And today we making game day appetizers, and we doing it with me, AV. Now check this out. You read that title and you right. That's what it is. These are Jack Daniel's maple glazed chicken wings. You know, super easy. It's the playoffs. They starting today. We got wild card weekend. Hey, listen, it's going down. And plus, when you guys think about game day, right off the bat, we think about wings. So I'm getting ready to show you guys just how easy it is to make these. You know what? I don't really want to over talk this one right here. Hey, listen, we're gonna get right into it because I gotta have these wings done and be in front of this crowd before this game starts. So let's break right into these ingredients. All right, now let's go over the ingredients. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of ingredients, right? So I'm gonna start off by just showing you this. This right here, this is 3/4 cup of maple syrup. Now, obviously, you guys read the title, so you know I'm doing Jack Daniel's. This right here is a 1/2 cup of Jack Daniel's, whiskey. You guys can use Maker's, you can use the Maker's Bourbon, whatever flavor you're going for, but this right here, this is what I'm gonna be using today. Then I got 2 tablespoons. Listen, you can use, this right here is crushed tomatoes, but I think paste probably would be like the best option, seeing how I didn't have any tomato paste. I just went ahead and did that and sprinkled just a pinch of sugar in this also. Show you guys this. It's kind of like off the camera, but this right here are my wings. Look at the size of these right here. Man, they nice. Listen, that's a little bit over 2 pounds, but so this recipe probably does about 2 pounds. So if you're gonna be doing a whole lot, either double or triple it. Now we got 2 tablespoons of butter. This is salted butter, by the way. We got 2 tablespoons. Listen, this is a grated onion. Listen, you want to grate it. Use the small side. You know what I mean, on your grater, just so you can extract, this onion flavor out of this. So that's 2 tablespoons. Here, we got a 1/2 teaspoon of black, this is a black pepper. This is 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. And then here, we got 1 teaspoon of rosemary. This is dried rosemary. Now you guys see it, super easy. So listen, we're gonna start on that sauce. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna marinate. So let me go ahead and get that together and let's make it happen. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and melt our butter. We're gonna put it on a medium heat. And what I wanna do is I wanna melt the butter. Once we get the butter melted, then we're gonna add our grated onions. Okay, now you guys can see that, my butter's already melted. So what I'm gonna do is, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and add, this is my grated, onion. Now don't forget, you wanna use the smaller holes on your grater, right? That way when you grate your onion, it'll help it cook, faster and release that onion flavor into that butter. And that's the whole purpose, because listen, we're getting ready to make it like a delicious sauce. Now you wanna go ahead and add your maple syrup. Don't forget, having the right tools for the job is like best. So listen, if you got like a small spatula, that way you can get most of it out of there. Then you come with your whiskey. Hey, now you guys can see it coming together. That right there is the black pepper. Then we're gonna hit it with that salt. Then we're gonna come with that rosemary, right? And then now for last, we're gonna have that crushed, tomatoes. Now don't forget, I use that instead of tomato paste, but tomato paste is ideal. Now what you wanna do is just stir it, bring it to a boil. And once I'm gonna say really like a little simmer. And then once you got it down to a simmer, you can go ahead and take it off of the fire. Okay, so what you want to do is get yourself a bowl, or if you got a Pyrex, this is a 4-cup Pyrex, you can use this. Get yourself a strainer. And what we're gonna do is, because of this rosemary is in here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strain it. So I'll just pour it over the top. Now as you pour it, you should be able to smell the Jack Daniel in your maple glaze. Perfect. So I just move it across like this. We just want to make sure we get all of the glaze out. And this will leave because don't forget, I use crushed tomato. So any of the tomato that's in here, we'll get rid of that. And this will strain out some of that rosemary. Now, here it is right here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let this cool a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put those chicken wings in a Ziploc bag, and I'm just gonna marinate them for 1 hour. Listen, I want to hurry up and get these made, because I'm on the clock. The game is being, getting brewed up right now. Okay, look, I'll let this cool. This is cooled down a little bit. Now, I went ahead and just put my wings in this Ziploc bag. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pour some of this inside of that, but we're gonna save some, because when we're done, after we come out of the oven, listen, we're gonna toss them with a little bit more glaze. So you don't need no whole lot. This right here, that's probably about enough. You just wanna get it coated. I'm gonna go ahead and just Take some of this air out. Close it up like that. And we're just gonna work it around till we can see the glaze on all of it. Now, like I said, you can marinate these for 1 hour, which is what I'm gonna do. Or, you know what, truly, let me just say this. Marinating it is optional. You guys can watch this and make it. Just remember, next time, if you marinate it, you know what, the flavor gets a little bit deeper into the meat. That's it. But you can do it like 1 hour, overnight, or not at all. But I elect to do it just for at least 1 hour. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna see you guys in 1 hour. Okay, it's been 1 hour. You got them out of the refrigerator, right? So I'm gonna set these over here like this. Now we wanna go ahead and get ourselves, you know, a baking pan, right? I'm gonna go ahead and use my cooling rack, you know, just put this on top, and I'm gonna give you guys a tip. Listen, if you spray this, nothing to stick, and it makes the cleanup like super easy, you know? So now I'm getting ready to take these out, and then we're getting ready to just make sure we put these on here. We wanna make sure we give them enough space. Just like that. You guys can look and just see how big these wings are. And remember, listen, you want to pay attention to your spacing as you're putting your wings, you know, on your rack. And even if you don't have a rack, you can actually put them on the actual pan themselves. I've done that in the past, but since I got a rack, the rack seems to work best. Now, see, we got them arranged. I got my oven. It's already up to 350 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and put these in. I guess I'm gonna put them in for about, I'm gonna say about 20 minutes. Then we're gonna take a look at them. We're gonna bring them out, take a look at them. I might rotate them, and then we're gonna go back in for another 15. But let's just go ahead and start our first 20 minutes. Now, here's what we look like, you know, after 20 minutes, right? Remember, that was 350 degrees. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip them over. Once we get them flipped, then we're gonna go back in there. We're probably gonna go back in for like another 15 minutes. Now, I don't have all that, you know, the glaze on there right now, but don't forget we marinated this, so a lot of it has been, you know, went and soaked inside the chicken. So let me get them flipped. Now, we're gonna trust the process. After, you know, we get them cooked for 20 minutes, we're gonna flip them, and then we put them back in there for another 20 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just put them back in. Again, we're gonna look at them at 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna show you my next step. Now, let me show you this part. You remember we saved some of our glaze, right? So listen, it's kinda, you can see it thickened up a little bit, but what we wanna do is we wanna get it just a little thicker, right? So I got 1 cup left. What I'm gonna do is pour it in this little pan right here, this little pot. And I'm gonna put it on the stove. What we wanna do is we wanna bring it to a simmer. Once we get it to a simmer, we want some of the liquid to, like, you know, evaporate off, and then it's gonna thicken up. So we're gonna start that now, and we're gonna do, you know, well, let me just say it this way. What you wanna do is you wanna start it about like 10 to 12 minutes before you come out of the oven. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting some heat on it and getting it ready. Okay, this is what it looks like. This was actually after, we're gonna say 20 minutes. I looked at them after 15 minutes, after I flipped them over, and decided to leave them in there just for an extra 15 minutes. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put some in here while they're still hot, right? And then I'm gonna put some of the glaze in there, and what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna toss it. Now, just like that. Okay, now you guys can see right here, look. You can see it thickened up, right? So you can cook it as long as you would like to, but you just want to get your desired thickness. So what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna just pour a little bit inside of here like this. Just a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is now, I'm gonna toss it. And you guys can see, it's starting to get coated, you know, real nice. I know some of you guys right now, you're probably thinking like, dang, that's it. So let me go ahead and coat the rest. We're gonna go ahead and plate it, and then we'll go from there. Now, as you can see, you know what, the presentation is there. And listen, it has a taste to just match it. So I want you guys to let me know, how long do you think these are gonna last when you put these out for your guests? You know, everybody having a good time watching sports, and these. So tell me what you guys think about this one here. You know what, super easy, huh? You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab one of these right now, and, you know, go ahead and give it a taste. Hey, listen, if you like that Jack Daniels, or you know that you can use that Maker's whiskey, that bourbon, that can work too. But this right here, I like that Jack Daniels, so check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it again. Now you can see, cooked all the way down to the bone. Man, those are good. Hey, I just had to go wash my hands, you know what I mean? Because listen, put out the wet naps, because if you're gonna be putting these out for company, and you guys hanging out in your man cave or wherever you're gonna be watching that game at, hey, let me hit you with that old school name. Hey, for those of you guys, you know, do they still call it the den? You know what, that's what I grew up on. You know, my parents had what they called a den. You know what, but it's my man cave now. Anyway, listen, put the wet naps out so everybody can wipe their fingers so you don't get them prints all over. Outside of that, tell me what you think about these wings right here. Now listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just take this time to say, hey, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And with that being said, you know how I'm finna get out of here, folks. I'm out of here. Peace.